The 98FM Fugitive's Apprentice with Jim Langan's Furniture.
Hello and welcome to Behind the Fugitive's Cloak. Is that what it's called? I thought it was Up the Fugitive's Skirt. No, that's a website. Alright, sorry. In today's episode, we take a closer look at the man behind the mask, or the cloak, or whatever he wears. Alright, Mr. Fugitive.
Good morning, insects.
Easy now, I might be a mythical nursery rhyme character, but I'm not a bleeding insect. We want to get to know you. What's the real fugitive? What makes you tick?
Are you calling me thick?
Look, let's get under your skin. Not literally, because that would be some kind of an infection and that would be hideous. But let's just take a couple of questions here now to find out who you really are. What do you do, Mr. Fugitive, when you're not the fugitive? How do you kick back and relax?
I went to India and spent some time in an ashram searching for inner peace. I found it and I hated it.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't spend time in ashtrays. They're filthy.
Ashram, idiot, ashram. Next I went to New York to find some inner turmoil. I found it and I loved it. I was missing Dublin slightly, the way that a boy misses his aunt's farm. So for the past few weeks, I've been moving amongst you.
I'm just worried that your ma's sister's name is Farm. That's just weird, man. So what did you get up to in New York? Were you shopping, or was it kind of a Sex in the City type trip?
Idiots! I was holding my skills. That sounds a bit perverse.
Hey, we have a fugitive laugh. So, Mr. Fugitive, if you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would it be?
Brilliant, handsome, evasive.
God, I think I'm going weak at the knees myself. But speaking of which, I want to talk to you about matters of love, Fugitive. Don't go anywhere, listeners. Join us in a few moments for part 2 of Behind the Fugitive's Cloak. Cloak. Alright, welcome back, Mr. Fugitive.
Good morning, idiots.
We want to talk about love now.
I know nothing of love.
That's not true. We know last time you were in town you were spotted with a young lady on your arm, so you had a girlfriend. Is she not around anymore?
No.
Oh, you sound like you've been hurt. Have you been through the mill?
No.
So what happened to her?
She became a liability. In the end, I had to dump her.
How did you dump her?
Off a bridge.
So, you're on the hunt for this apprentice person, like, what if this person had a relationship, they have to dump their partner as well?
It does not preclude them from being a winner, but they need to be twice as hard-hearted and twice as intellectually gigantic to succeed as my apprentice.
But they don't have to push their husbands or wives off a bridge.
If they feel it would help.
Stay with us, Fugitive, because in our next segment, we'll be asking you about the city you appear to hate so much. Hello again, Fugitive.
Good morning, fools.
Now, Mr. Fugitive, you're always going on abusing this beautiful city of ours. Now, frankly, I've had enough of it. I love Dublin. Why do you hate it so much?
Because you are idiots and fools.
What's that got to do with the beautiful landmarks around Kirkconnell Street? Kirkconnell? Yeah, if you've never been down there, it's just to the left.
You mean Dr. Quirky's lunchtime emporium, perhaps?
Yeah. Dr. Quirky is as much a part of Dublin as Padraig na Pirsig.
Perhaps you mean, airport, give us some change.
Can you do any other accents?
Yes, of course I can. I can do every accent in the world.
Can you do like D4?
Stop trifling with me, idiot.
Yeah, go on, give us a little bit.
Right.
What would you do if you were mayor of Dublin?
Perhaps I would appropriate the city funds and do what I'm best at. Disappear.
We have enough politicians taking money from places they shouldn't be, thanks. Have you ever eaten one of the ducks from Stephen's Green?
How did you find out about that?
There were feathers everywhere. It was terrible.
I've been on the run for 3 days. I was rather hungry.
Well, look, Mr. Fugitive, you can slag it all you want, but you keep going back to Dublin. There must be something you like here.
I've grown fond of you the way that a child is fond of his ant farm.
You go on about your aunt's farm, man. What's your uncle called? Paddock? How would you improve Dublin's traffic problems?
I would kill all the drivers.
can see how that might help, alright. Stay with us, Fugitive, because we have more important questions to ask you on Behind the Fugitive's Cloak. Our item of clothing. Alright, Mr. Fugitive, we're wrapping up now with a few questions about world current affairs to test your so-called enormous brain, alright?
Proceed.
What do you think of the current state of the health service?
My body is a well-oiled machine. I am never ill. I have no interest in your so-called health service.
You've got a well-oiled body. She's fit to be very interested in a poster of you to stick on his wall. Hey, that has never been confirmed. Alright, what about the Kyoto Agreement? Do you think everyone should sign up to it?
Well, I think that perhaps you two ought to watch your emissions. I hear that it's very smelly underneath that bridge you live in.
You're not wrong, man. Hillary Clinton is running for president. Do you think she'd win?
Well, I know that if I was voting, I'd give her one.
Nice one, Fuji. Is there any chance you take over instead of Steve Staunton and manage our football team?
And at least I have more experience with dealing with Muppets.
When Jose Mourinho was on the phone with us on Thursday looking for the job, do you think he'd be any good at being the Fugitive?
No matter how good he is or ever was, I will always be the special one.
Do you know everything, Fugitive?
That's correct.
How do they get the figs into the fig rolls?
They push them in.
Listen, Fugitive, I can just ask you a very personal question here. Sorry about this, but what's the crack with your stupid voice? Yeah, your voice is ridiculous.
How interesting. And your two voices are?
Ours are normal, yeah. I'm a troll.
And I am the master of the universe.
Alright, He-Man, how's it going? Where have you been since the 80s?
Goodbye, idiots!
Well, there you have it. The 98FM Fugitive Uncover. Complex character or raving lunatic? You decide. In the meantime, from the tiny studios under the toll bridge, which are actually bigger than TV3's, we'd say goodbye. See you then. Bye.
Ireland's award-winning breakfast show, The Morning Crew with Dermot, Dave and Siobhan on Dublin's 98FM.
Goodbye, idiots!